everything is bound by time. And we value, according to time. It's the same thing. When you have somebody in your life, you don't know the person, but as time goes by, you get to know the person, then the love have a different value. So at the beginning, you may know the person, you have a certain feeling for that person, but when you get to know the person in deepness, then you get to know. But it's very important to see also here, it's so beautifully how Lord Krishna said that I am time. Here it is an opportunity what he's giving to life. He said, once time is gone, you miss that time, it don't come back. That time which was 1 second before, and it will never come back. So time is something which is, once it is gone, you can't claim it back. So Krishna here is an opportunity what he is giving. Is an opportunity which is giving to life itself. When he declared that he is time, that everything has its own time. You take the right decision, you will attain him. But if you take the wrong decision, you don't know when that moment, not the exact moment itself, but when similar things will present itself. I'll tell you a story. There was once a man, a very learned man, and he was very hard working. And whatever he will do it with his passion. So that company where he was working was looking for a CEO to replace. And of course he have to meet with the CEO, current CEO, so that the CEO can evaluate him. So they met, and of course they were discussing many subjects. And it come to a point that the CEO himself, the current one, not the new one to be, he was single. He was not married. He didn't have children. He didn't have his family, but he had his time and everything was him. So they had a talk together. Let's put the name Ram. So the CEO asked Ram a question. He said, do you have a family? Are you happy? And he said, yes, I have a family. I am very happy. Then he said, you see, to become a CEO in a company, it takes a lot of your time. There is no days or hours or years, but you have to do to really put yourself into that position. That means your whole life depends upon that position itself. And Ram was very confident and said, yes, but my family knows that I love them. And they know very well that whatever they are doing, whatever I'm doing it for them. So then the CEO explained to him, said, look, you sure about that position? Because once you take that position, there is no way back. So he was very confident. Then the CEO said, well, listen, I will tell you something. Let's take, you have an airline. And if you are flying, an airline have many seats inside. Of course, it's limited seat inside, and everybody, an airline have to fill up all the seat. That's how the airline generate its income. Whether the seat costs $400 or $40, the seat, once it's seated, there is one have to pay for it. But once, if a seat is vacant, that have no value. So the person which sit on that seat, make that seat have a certain value to it. So if the plane is already took off and the seat is empty, that means that seat doesn't have any value. So the CEO explained to him, it's the same with life itself. I say, if we miss the opportunity which God have given us, you don't know. Once the flight is going, it will not have any value. So life will not, that's why many people start in life, they go deeper, but they don't value the things that is the most important thing for them. They rush into the world, thinking, yes, I must earn a lot, I must do so many things, I must, they're constantly really rushing. They don't take time for their spiritual practice. They don't take time to dive within their heart. They don't take time with the dear one which is around them. They don't take time with the people which is close to them. But when would they realize that? When they don't have any time. That's why Lord Krishna said in the Gita, I am time. It's the most precious of all, and the most precious because everything is bound by that. Once he presents this opportunity to you, you have to grasp it. You have to hold upon that. In that moment, you have to realize, how lucky I am that he have presented that time to me, that moment to me, so that I can really discover what is the most important thing for me in my life. So many times you ask people, ask anybody who have achieved so great things, you have achieved so great things through your effort, which is wonderful. But these great things, are you truly happy? Did these things bring true happiness to you, real happiness to you? Here I'm talking about happiness. I'm not talking about a happiness which is flickering around. I'm talking about a happiness which is inside. When you feel that inner satisfaction itself, and then you say, yes, I am free. I am satisfied with my life. And it is not things that make my life happy, but it is me, that make my life happy. Once you get to know who you are, and like Krishna said, I am time. It is all due to that. Here we are not talking about time from the watch, but it is a universal time which is governed by the law of nature itself. There's an opportunity which life brings you to. See, when it presents itself, even if it appears hard, at that moment, because you see, because of your samskaras, the mind is always rumbling around. It's how it will be. It's terrible, and you keep thinking so much. But look at that opportunity. Feel also with your heart what is the most important thing for you. Not that later on you regret. Very often it's like that, People have so many regrets while living this world. They don't, because they know that there was this opportunity which God have ever given them in their life will never come back again. So that's why Krishna said that he is time, because he's just. He do everything how it have to be. And everything is said. You just need to go with the flow. You have to embrace it. Now, if you don't embrace that, you'll find it very difficult. In Bhagavad, Canto 11, chapter 20, verse 31, when Bhagavan said that the yogi, that true devotee, which is constantly focused upon me, which is their mind is constantly absorbed in me, for them, they don't need to have great knowledge. They don't need even to have detachment, because that will never make them happy. What will make them happy is what they feel inside of their heart. Their attachment to the Lord. And they know very well that He has presented that opportunity, and you don't even know through how long your soul were waiting for that moment. Do you think things just happen randomly? No, it doesn't happen randomly. It happened according to what is the right moment for it to happen. But in that right moment, seize that opportunity, embrace it, because it will never come back again. You don't even know if it will ever come back again in this life itself, or it will come back in future life. But it's not about future life, it's about now itself. That's why Bhagavan said that He is time.